Dear friends, I'm Shanice J., lover of God, health, and fitness, living testimony of God's healing, a woman of willpower. Thank you so much for tuning into Love Her Will, the new voice of willpower.
Love her will, outspoken, gonna tell you how you feel. No fake news, no. Willpower gonna get you that real. Black girl power in heels, everyone's equal, that's how I feel. Black girl power in heels, everyone's equal, that's how I feel. Gotta love her well, you gotta
never quit though.
You gotta love her well,
Say that.
you gotta love her well. You gotta love her well,
Solid.
you gotta love her well. You gotta love her well.
Connect with your willpower.
Love her well.
This is going to be the first episode to the new series, Encouraging Words with Shanice J. The last Friday of every month, you can look forward to Encouraging Words. Today, I want to talk about how to increase and connect to your willpower. Having willpower makes a big difference. It is what helps us be successful. It is our self-control, and it helps us get through most difficult challenges. Willpower is a superpower, and I would honestly like to think that it's my superpower. That's why I'm wearing my pink hair today, because we're talking about my superpower, willpower. So you may be wondering, how can I increase this superpower called willpower? How can I increase it? Where does it come from? How can I connect to it? Well, before we get into the how, you have to understand that increasing your willpower is a slow and gradual process. You just can't rush it, okay? It's a slow and gradual process. Willpower is like a muscle you can train. Yep, willpower is like a muscle. And to get muscles stronger, what do? We exercise them. So I'm going to give you 5 things that you have to exercise to increase your willpower. 5 things, that's it. So grab a pen and paper. You definitely don't want to miss these gems. All right, you got your pen and paper. Good. All right. Number 1, resist temptations. Resist temptations. Avoid places that tax your willpower. To escape these temptations, we have to have self-knowledge. You have to know a little bit about yourself to increase your emotional intelligence. You do. You have to know about yourself. You have to know what triggers you. You have to know your traps. You have to know your habits. If you don't know those things, then how can you avoid them? Okay? The goal is to avoid taxing your willpower. So you have to know those trigger words, those trigger things, trigger points. You have to know your bad habits. You have to know those traps. Okay? You have to know those things so you don't lose self-control. So here are some self-evaluating questions to help you increase your emotional intelligence. So how do I increase? Shanice, I don't know what triggers me. I don't know my habits and traps. Well, here's some questions that help you understand what those things are. So, where do I most often give in? Where do I most often give in? Think about that. All right, write it down. When do I most often give up? In other words, when do I most often quit? Write it down. When do I most often quit? What exhausts my willpower the most? In other words, what tires me out the most? Okay, think about it. It can be anything. What tires me out the most? Okay, write it down. Okay, great. Now that we know how to have self-knowledge, now we're able to avoid temptations, because avoiding temptations will help preserve your willpower. And if we're going to preserve our willpower, then we're going to be able to increase it. You can't increase it if you're not preserving it, if it's going the other way, which is decreasing. We don't want to do that, okay? All right. Number 2, encourage yourself. Yep, that's it. Encourage yourself. Happy thoughts can help you increase your willpower. Self-affirmation can help you have more self-control when you feel like you are running out. Think about it. When you are just like at ends meet, tired, frustrated, sad, if you read something encouraging or somebody encourages you, it kind of makes it a little bit easier. It kind of makes life a little bit better, right? So when we encourage ourselves, it helps us keep going. It makes us push a little bit further. And sometimes we can't rely on other people encouraging us. We have to encourage ourselves. We have to know how to do that. One thing that you can do is stop using the word I can't. So replace I can't with I will not or I do not. Okay, it's not I can't run. Yes, you are capable. It's I will not run or I do not run, right? So let's be more honest with ourselves and replace I can't with I will not and I do not. Also, the way I encourage myself is hanging up like notes on my mirror or on my wall, and I read them daily, and it helps me keep going. I don't rely on other people boosting me up. I have to encourage my own self. You can put things up. You are capable of overcoming fear. You are beautiful. You can overcome your pain. Those are some ideas that you can put up on your mirror and be able and read every day. Okay? So find ways to encourage and cheer yourself on through challenging moments. What will keep you going? Number 3, exercise your willpower. Remember, willpower is like a muscle. In a muscle, we have to exercise to get stronger. Therefore, physical activity can boost your willpower. And it can be relaxing, it can be mindful exercises like yoga, or it can be intense physical training. They both have benefits. Also, exercising releases endorphins in the brain. Endorphins is what makes us happy, okay? So endorphins are brain hormones that help reduce discomfort and increases our well-being and happy thoughts, okay? So Shanice, I don't exercise. I'm just not that person. I'm just not her. I'm just not him. What can I do? I just don't exercise. Well, guess what? You can meditate. Yes, meditating will give you the same results. And I'm not talking sitting on the floor, legs crossed for a whole hour. If that's you, then you can do that. But if that's not you, you can sit on the edge of a chair, on the edge of a couch, close your eyes, take deep breaths in and out, put some soft music on, think of positive things. Do that for at least 5 to 10 minutes a day. That you can do that. Research shows that just after 2 to 3 days of practicing meditation for only 10 minutes, your brain will be able to focus better. You will have more energy and you will be less stressed. What? You mean to tell me I can meditate for just 10 minutes, sit quietly for 10 minutes, and I will be less stressed and more energized, and I'll be able to focus better at work, focus better at my project, my hobbies? I'll take that. Okay. So how about this? Grab you some soft music, grab you a blanket or a pillow, whatever you need. Sit on the edge of your couch, sit on the edge of your bed, close your eyes, take deep breaths, think of some positive things that we talked about in number 2, encouraging yourself. I am beautiful, I am strong. Think of whatever is good. Think of those things. And 10 minutes, and I promise you, you'll feel more energized, you'll feel better. And I'm sure it's going to take time. Remember, increasing your willpower is a slow and gradual process. So I'm not saying this is an overnight thing, okay? This is something that you're going to have to work on, okay? So I challenge you to at least meditate 3 times this week and write in your journal or comment below if it helped you. Do you feel better? Do you feel more focused? Talk to me. I want to know. All right, number 4, stay well fed. Yep, I said it. Nutrition. Our brain is our decision-making muscle. Yes, it is. It's the ability to provide us with the necessary willpower to make correct decisions. Is influenced on whether our brain is sufficiently fed or not. So our decisions is influenced by whether or not our brain is fed or not. So what we feed our body affects how much energy we have to have self-control. Yeah. So what we put in our mouth affects whether or not we're going to have enough self-control or not. Think about it. When you're eating those chips or candy out the bag, we just keep going. That it's like we have no stop button, no self-control at all. We're just munching. Um, it's self-control takes energy. You know, it's not easy. That's why a lot of people struggle with self-control. So this is why nutrition is important. Okay, it can be something as simple as eating a more plant-based diet, less processed food. All of that can help you have more energy available to your brain and can improve every aspect of willpower. So, not only is good nutrition important to improve our willpower, but writing down a food diary and meal planning is good for our willpower. Yeah. So, writing down what you eat and planning out your meals increases self control and discipline, therefore, increases your willpower. So, friend, I challenge you to keep a food diary for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I challenge you to keep a food diary, okay? Write down everything that you eat and then review it. Find out where you can make change. If you eat a lot of fried foods, maybe start eating more grilled foods, okay? So I challenge you, keep a diary for 2 weeks of what you eat. Or I challenge you to plan out your meals. So either pack your meals for 2 weeks and write down everything you eat. And then I want you to tag me in that post, hashtag love her will. Okay? Hashtag love her will. Tag me at Shanice J or at love her will SJ. All right. Oh, and another thing is, if you don't want to write down everything you eat, you can use MyFitnessPal. That's an app that helps you add the foods that you eat in the diary. All right, friend. Number 5, rest. Yep. Number 5 is rest. We only have so much willpower, right? You know how you've been to that point, you're just like, you know what, Lord, I only have so much. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm at ends meet. We only have so much. So as we go about our day, stress and normal self-control depletes our resources. Stress and normal self-control depletes our resource. As we go up all day, we're dealing with self-control. We're avoiding things. We're saying no to things. We're thinking about things. Especially if we work, it could be a little stressful. We're taxing our willpower almost every day. So that's why it's important to rest. Adequate rest improves our self-control. So getting enough sleep makes a big difference on how efficiently our willpower works. A more rested person is going to be able to have willpower the next day to work on their goals. I'm going to have a better day at work if I've rested better the night before than the person who only got 4 hours of sleep. I'm going to have a better day at work if I already have my meals packed. That's one less thing I have to think about or stress about is what am I going to eat? I already got it. I planned it out, right? Sleep deprivation is a chronic stress that impairs how the body and brain use energy. So, getting lack of sleep is a chronic stress that we put on our body and our brain. Chronic stress comes from not sleeping well. So, come on, lay down, go to bed, do what you got to do. Listen to bells and wind blows or soft music, whatever you have to do to get sleep. Take some melatonin that's supposed to be natural. Do whatever you need to do to get adequate rest. Because I'm telling you, if you're not sleeping well, there's no way you're going to be able to have self-control the next day or the day after. There's no way that you're going to be happy and feel like encouraging yourself. There's no way that you're going to be able to exercise your willpower if you're exhausted. So, my friends, set some goals and connect to your willpower, okay? By doing the following. Number 1, resist temptations. Number 2, encourage yourself. 3, exercise your willpower. 4, stay well fed. 5, rest. And remember, I challenged you to exercise your willpower. Meditate. I challenge you to meditate 10 minutes a day. You can do it. 10 minutes a day. Grab you some soft music and get to it. And then I also challenge you to have a diary, a food diary. Track what you eat for 2 weeks. Tag me in it. Let me know that you did it. Friend, I pray that this episode blesses you tremendously. I really do. I pray that these encouraging words are useful tools for you, and be encouraged. Love her well. Bye-bye.